Okay.
Ah, my little Rabishka!
Yes, Mr. Kalinko.
Good evening, everybody! Grandpa, yes, thank you. I have had another letter from Russia. The second 5-year plan is a failure.
I practiced today, Mr. Klinkov.
Pavlova!
Yes, Mr. Klinkov.
My little Alice. Never have I seen you look so magnificent.
Thank you, Mr. Klinkov. Tony, this is Mr. Klinkov, Essie's dancing teacher.
How do you do?
Mr. Kirby.
How do you do?
Well, if you excuse us, Mr. Klinkov, we're going to go see the Monte Carlo Ballet tonight.
A Monte Carlo ballet. It stinks.
We might be going.
My little Rabishka!
Yes, Mr. Klinkov. Why, hello, Mr. Klinkov. Essie's in the kitchen.
Madame Sycamore, I greet you. Grandpa, tell me what I should do about Rabishka here. I keep telling her she could make a magnificent toe dancer, but she laughs at me only.
I couldn't get up on my toes, Mr. Klinkov. I got corns.
Oh, you could be great, Rabishka. You could wear diamonds. What is that?
It's a picture of Mr. DePenna. Penny painted it.
Ah, yes. It stinks.
I know. Well, what do you think of that?
What is that?
She's an actress, a friend of Penny's.
Ah, yes. She is, drunk, no?
She's drunk, yes. How are you, Kolinkoff?
Me? I am magnificent. Life is chasing around inside of me. Like a squirrel.
It is, huh?
Yeah.
How are things in Russia? Your friend in Moscow?
Yes, I have just heard from him. And I saved for you this thing.
Why, thanks, Kolinkoff.
They have sent him to Siberia.
They have, huh? How's he like it?
He has escaped. He's escaped and he has gone back to Moscow. He will get them yet if they do not get him. Yes, to be ideal, a hobby should improve both the body as well as the mind. Take the Romans, for example, the ancient Romans. What was their hobby? Wrestling. In wrestling, you have to think quick with the mind and act quick with the body.
Yes, but I'm afraid wrestling is not very practical for the most of us, Mr. Klinkov. I know that I would not make a very good showing as a wrestler.
Nonsense, Mr. Kirby. You could be a great wrestler. You're built for it. Look.
Are you all right?
I'm wondering if you are well enough for me to ask of you a small favor. Great favor.
Yes, Mr. Klinkov, what is it?
You've heard me speak of my good friend, the Grand Duchess Olga Katrina.
Yes.
She's a remarkable woman. Her cousin was Tsar of Russia.
Wow.
And now she is waitress in Child's Restaurant, Times Square.
Mr. Klinkov, if there's anything that we can do.
I tell you, the Grand Duchess has not had a good meal since, well, before the Revolution.
She must be hungry.
And not only is today the Grand Duchess's day off, Thursday, but it's also the anniversary of Peter the Great, a remarkable man.
Wow.
Mr. Klinkov, if you mean you'd like the Grand Duchess to come to dinner,
yes,
why, we'd be honored.
Oh,
Yes.
In the name of the Grand Duchess, I thank you.
Well, I'm so excited. Where is she now?
Oh, she's out in the street, waiting. Everybody. I dreamed last night I got on the boat to heaven, and by some chance I had brought my dice along, and there I stood, and I hollered someone fade me, but the passengers, they knew right from wrong. The people all said, sit down, you're rocking the boat. People all said, sit down, you're rocking the boat. And the devil will drag you under by the sharp lapel of your checkered coat. Sit down, you're rocking the boat. And as I laughed at those passengers to heaven, a great big wave came and washed me overboard. And as I sank, and I hollered, someone save me, that's the moment I woke up, thank the Lord.
Now, around the rocks, the rugged rascal ran. Around the rocks, the rugged... No, Mr. Lockwood. Rocks. You've got to roll the R's. Please, try again.
Around the rocks, the rugged rascal ran.
We'll work on that one,
Okay.
shall we? Let's see. Aha. Simple Caesar sipped his snifter.
Hiya, Cosmo.
Hello, Don.
Well, shall I continue?
Oh, yes, go right ahead. Don't mind him at all.
Simple Caesar sipped his snifter, seized his knees, and sneezed.
Simple Caesar snipped his snifter.
Sipped his snifter.
Sipped his snifter.
Thank you, Cosmo. Simple Caesar sipped his snifter, seized his knees, and sneezed.
Marvelous.
Marvelous.
Let's see. Aha.
Okay.
Chester chooses chestnuts. Cheddar cheese with chewy chives. He chews them and he chooses them. He chooses them and he chews them. Those chestnuts, cheddar cheese and chives in cheery, charming chunks.
Marvelous. Do another one, please.
Oh,
please.
all right. Moses supposes his toes are roses. But Moses supposes erroneously. Moses, he noses his toes aren't roses. As Moses supposes his toes to be.
Joseph's brothers weren't pleased with what they saw.
We have never liked him all that much before, but now this coast has got our goat. We feel like it is unfair.
And when Joseph
We'd only eat them anyhow. I even find I'm missing Joseph's dreams.
Zoals geen Athens we used to know, where have they gone? Where did they go? Hey, yeah, raise your berries to those geen Athens. Zoals geen Athens we used to know, where have they gone? Where raise your berries to raise your berries to those plain
What are you men doing here? I told you I was gonna... What happened? Did he put up a fight?
Oh, this ain't the fellow that blows the bugle. This is his brother. He tried to kill Klein.
All I said was he looked like Boris Karloff.
Boris Karloff. Turn him over.
We kind of think he's wanted somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, you kind of think he's wanted somewhere? Yeah. Well, if you don't look at the circulars we put up around the station, at least you could read, True Detective. Certainly he's wanted somewhere. In Indiana. Escaped for the prison for the criminal insane. He's a lifer. For Pete's sake, that's how he's described. He looked like Karloff.
Well, was there a reward mentioned?
Yeah, and we'll be the ones claiming it.
He was trying to get us to go down to the cellar with him.
Yeah, he said there was 13 bodies buried down here.
13 bodies buried in a cellar? And that didn't tip you off he came out of a nut house?
I thought all along he talked kind of crazy. Yeah, that was me.
Oh, it's Shakespeare. Where have you been all night? And you needn't bother to tell me.
Well, I've been here, sir, writing a play with Mortimer Brewster.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have plenty of time to write that play.
Really?
Because you're suspended.
What?
Now get back and report in.
Well, can I come by sometime and use the station's typewriter?
No, will you get out of here? You guys, take that guy somewhere else and see if you can bring him around. See what you can find out about his accomplice. You know, the guy who helped him escape. He's wanted too. Oh, geez, no wonder Brooklyn's in the shape it's in with the police force full of flatheads like you. Falling for a story like that. 13 bodies in a cellar. Oh, hello, Mac. Yeah, it's Rooney. Guess what? We picked up that guy that's wanted in Indiana. Now, there's a description of accomplice. It's there on the desk. I want you to read it to me, okay? Thank you for that. Okay, it's about 54, 5'6", 140 pounds, blue eyes, talks with a German accent, and poses as a doctor. Okay, thanks, Mac.
Oh, no, it's all right, Lieutenant. We have just completed the signatures.
Ah, well, thanks, Doc. You're really doing Brooklyn a service.